glad you're here. My name is Amy, and this is Amy's Wild Cards. This is the podcast where I interview people who I think are my friends with a deck of cards filled with random questions I have created. At the beginning of each interview, I will shuffle this deck, and whatever questions come up in whatever order is completely up to fate. We're gonna laugh, maybe cry, possibly be offended. Let's get into it. Today, my friend Ahmed is here.
Hey, Amy.
Hey.
We're deaf friends.
We're deaf friends. Thanks for the confirmation. I can't tell if it comes off as just like insecure, just like
No, we're 100% friends. You know how I knew we
Yeah.
became friends?
Oh, please answer
Is
questions
because
before I give you.
when I first vibed with you heavy when I first heard your shares. Can I say that?
Sure.
Yeah, and then I was like, hey, can I get your number? Like as a friend thing,
Yeah.
nothing. And you were like, hey, I don't give my
Oh yeah.
number out to men. And I
I
was like,
did
hey,
say
not a
that.
problem. Like I respected that. And then weeks later, you heard my shares, you got to know me more, and you were like, hey, I have a lot of advice for you. Just take my number down. And you're like,
I
and
have a lot of advice for you.
yeah, but
That
in a
sounds
good
like
way. You're
me.
like, I have a lot of advice for you and stuff like that. And you
Yeah.
did. You give me great advice.
Oh, I'm
and
so glad you think so.
yeah.
Thanks,
So,
friend. I love that. So I'm gonna let you choose. I don't know if you've seen the podcast before. I think you haven't, but I've been shuffling this deck for a while. So you can tell me when to stop shuffling. Even before you got here, I've been shuffling
okay.
for you.
Okay.
A lot of thought's been going into this. Incense, prayer, a whole bunch of stuff.
So
goes
are
into
these
this.
questions specific for me or just everybody?
So I add new questions in all the time
Got
and
it.
take out questions all the time,
Yeah.
depending on what feels right.
All right.
So everyone today, for example, that I'm recording is gonna get this
Deck.
same deck of questions.
Cool.
But whatever order comes up in.
All right, stop
is for you.
shuffling.
Great. You understood the assignment.
Yeah.
Okay. I think let's see. Have you ever thought about watching your own funeral so you could hear all of the nice things people will say about you while you are still living and can enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
100%. Okay. One of my core character defects is I care too much what other people think
Yeah.
about me. That is a core, and I'm working on my step 6. That is something I'm working so hard to do. And yeah, that's where it's coming from. I'm like, yeah, I need to know what other people are saying. I need to know who's
Yeah.
coming. I need to know who's crying harder than who.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hindsight, after talking about it, I'm like, oh, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's okay. So why do you? Because I have similar things too. So why do you think you care so much? What other people think?
That's good. All right, let's start from upbringing, and then we'll start from profession.
Yeah,
Let's
we have time for all of this.
as a stand-up comedian, you have to have this balance of like you need to read the room, so you need to care what other people
Yeah.
inherently think, obviously, but also you have to be confident enough to I know myself. My problem is some comedians come in with full delusion. They think I'm the best.
Yeah.
And some comedians were like, I'm the complete opposite, which is most of us, which is no, I'm shit.
Right.
Everybody hates me and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's times where I've literally asked my friends around, I'm like, have you heard anyone talk shit about me in the scene?
Oh.
And then they're like, no. They're all busy worried about
Yeah,
themselves.
no one's thinking about you.
Or one time, I asked, or certain Yemenis, they're in the Yemeni community, I'm like, have you heard Yemenis talk shit? And they're like, who cares? They're like, who, maybe, and also who cares?
Yeah.
They're nothing. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything. And when I find out, one time my little cousin was like, yeah, this one ammu, this one uncle said
Yeah.
something, and then I go, oh, fuck him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was just and then
totally.
once you it's all reality, and then all fantasy in your head, and then when you have the person, then you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I think, let's keep going back, it's just growing up in a Middle Eastern household or just Muslim household. It's always about what other people think.
Yeah, there's so much of that.
It's not
It's
that.
bad.
And when I went to Dubai, it was such a culture shock for me because it was all about the image of being religious, the image of being Muslim. But in hindsight, does not matter whatsoever. Does not matter. But it's all about the image of who they are.
Oh God, and the fact that image matters more than the reality or the heart and the soul is insane.
Yeah,
But
and that's
I get
something,
that.
and that's something that I've always known about and I've always commented on, but obviously from the people in Dubai in the Middle East, but also the Arabs or Middle Easterns here in the diaspora. But recently, from recent events, I've learned that it's struck a chord in me where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, I truly care what other people think,
Yeah.
and that's something I should be working on.
Yeah, and you are.
Thank
So
you.
proud of you. But okay, this is interesting that this came up for you. Would you rather be I fucking know what you're gonna say. Would you rather be funny, smart, or incredibly good looking?
Funny, like, but the cool thing about being funny is you have to be smart to be funny.
You do.
Like
Especially a comic.
a
Like,
comic,
oh
yeah,
my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
In order, like I've traveled everywhere. I've performed in front of so many rooms. I did really well last night in Laverne, which is like a very, it's like almost, and well, with traffic, it was like an hour and a half, like 2 hours. But like, it was at a brewery in Laverne. It's a small town. It's all
Yeah.
these like old white people, a couple
And you, like,
Hispanics, and a
killed
couple Asian. I had a
Your
great set.
fucking Middle Eastern ass killed.
Yeah,
I love
but
that.
like, but I know how to read the room.
Yeah.
I know this joke will make them really laugh. I won't say this joke because they will laugh at the wrong reasons. Like
Yeah, yeah,
everything is
yeah.
going through my head. Cause I wrote this new joke where I could laugh with you because it's like you get it. But basically, I wrote this joke. I didn't do it with them, but
Yeah.
I've only been telling my brown friends. I go, "Hey guys, did you hear India and Pakistan are at it again?" I mean, imagine how bad that's gonna smell.
Oh no.
I mean, what are they fighting over deodorant?
No. Oh no.
I only told that to my fellow Indian Daisy friends, and they're all like laughing, like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty funny." But I was
Yeah.
like, "By the way, I will never tell it in front of a room full of white people or majority." They're like, "Yeah, they'll laugh for the wrong reason."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I like that
while
about you.
while like I will say it to my brown friends or even like certain Middle Eastern jokes,
Yeah.
like, because it's like they get it, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And like they get the stereotype, and then we
Yeah.
could laugh at the stereotype rather than people who aren't in the diaspora. They'd be like, "Oh, this is true." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. No, of course.
Yeah.
I definitely know.
So,
Can you
good
just-
looking does. I mean, I know it sucks because the industry now it's all vanity and it's
Yeah.
all about being good
But
looking.
you aren't like a handsome guy. You're like an objectively handsome guy. You know that though.
See, back to
'Cause
something.
The colorism.
The
That's what
colorism
fucks
was
with
one,
you.
but lately I've been like, you know what? I am handsome,
No,
and
you
that
are,
is my
yeah.
confidence. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
helped me with.
Me and the ladies have talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, you love that. That's why I told you. Because I knew you'd love it.
Stop.
Yeah.
They're
We
like,
have.
he's like really good
We've
looking.
talked about it. You guys, isn't Ahmed so handsome? That smile, those white teeth. Oh my god, I'm trying to get my teeth that way.
Yeah.
Okay, can you describe God for me real quick? Just real quick. Easy
Oh,
question.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah. This
So
is an
intense.
Islamic.
Oh my gosh. Uh-huh.
Your face dropped. You went from
It was just not what I was.
Allah. No, I'm kidding.
Mm.
As a Muslim, and I know this is so like whatever, but I'm just gonna answer like as a Muslim, like the first pillar of Islam is like the Shahada, which is like there is no God except Allah. So I only believe in one God.
Yeah.
The last prophet is Prophet Muhammad, and all the other people were like the just famous scholars from Persia and was Ibn Sina Persian?
I don't know.
But no, he was like around no Mesopotamia, but it was one of that
Mhm.
area. But like all the others were like famous scholars. That's why cults I don't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a lot of Christians on, and I think you're the first Muslim I've had on. So
Yeah.
this is like, I like that we're getting all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's been a lot of Jesus talk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's nice
We
to mix
believe
it up.
Jesus is a prophet, but
Right.
the whole thing, I mean, they're so wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Fine.
I'm just kidding. Completely joking.
Like,
I do
90%
no.
of the audience is Christian. I'm just kidding. I'm not sure, but
No. Completely joking. Like an old joke I used to have is I'm like, no, Islam and Christianity actually have a lot of similarities. The only difference is Islam is the true religion.
yeah.
It's a silly joke
Yeah.
I used to do in my like first year of stand up.
What hill will you die on?
I know exactly what it is.
Oh, I love that.
The hill I will die on. I refuse to buy AirPods. I stick to wired headphones.
Oh, I love wired headphones too.
I stick to wired headphones.
I don't want to be bothered with charging.
Yeah, I don't
And
want to
then
be
it runs
charging.
out,
I don't
and I
want to
lose
deal with
one.
Bluetooth disconnection.
Yeah.
It's just plug, pop
Yeah.
in. And when I
Yeah.
lose headphones, I lose headphones all the time. I go to Target, it's either $17 or $20 depending on the state I'm in. Yes.
Yeah, that's
I've
great.
literally thought of
I really like that.
I will die on this hill.
Oh, I fucking knew this question was gonna come up for you. Who is the funniest person on this couch? This is
Girl.
bullshit. This is bullshit.
No. Hear me out.
Okay.
You're very funny. I've
Thank
talked
you.
about this actually with Medium too, with my sister.
yeah.
Every time. You're very funny. But stand up is a whole new ball game.
Totally.
But you're funny because when you watch my stand up, you gave me great notes. You gave me great time. You're a very funny person. I'm just funnier because as from a professional
You're a
and
trained
business
professional. Yeah.
as a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
No, we'll say we're equal.
Yeah, sure, whatever, dude.
Dude,
Whatever.
but think about it.
I don't
old-
have to. I understand.
Old Middle Eastern men or old Middle Eastern people, like an old Persian man, like there was this one guy, Farouk, like there was Fred, but then there was Farouk that we used to work with. To me, he was one of the funniest fucking people.
Yeah.
And he it wasn't on purpose, it was just who he was.
Right.
And that's another version of funny, you know?
Yeah. No,
So-
for sure. Mary Kate and Ashley or Tia and Tamara?
Who are they?
What?
Oh wait, Mary Kate and Ashley are the twins,
Yes.
right? And then who?
You don't know Tia and Tamara?
Oh wait, from Girlfriends.
Mm-mm.
They were the black girls from Girlfriends.
Mm-mm.
Who's Tia and Tamara?
They're also twins. They are black, so that's good. Got that
You're
part
kinda
right.
there.
But they were like a '90s sitcom. It was targeted towards young girls, but it was also like it was very popular.
Was it on cable?
No, it was on. Oh gosh, like KTLA 5 or not. I'm like Channel 5.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I
I
grew
know
up
where
in
you're-
Southern California.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I'm gonna go with Tia and Tamara because
They're
black.
darker. Yep. Ooh, let's see what you say. Are you living the life you want?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Cause like I feel like I told you, I recently outside of the podcast I told her the detail, but I recently lost like a tour guiding job that I had, but also like I pursue things that I want. Like
Yeah.
there's certain things that I want. Like I want to be more famous as a comedian. I want to do more spots, and I want to do more stand up and be financially successful at it. That's like the main goal. But it's like sitting down right now, it's like, no, I am very grateful for what I have. You know, I should have
Yeah.
been more grateful for the job I had. But the fact that I lost it, it's also like, okay, it's a chapter in my life, it's closed. And it's like, okay, let me focus on the other aspects of
Yeah.
my life to go get the goal that I want. I'm very grateful because if I had this stand-up famous stand-up comedian life, I don't have time to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go
We
to
probably
meetings.
wouldn't have been friends.
We
yeah.
probably wouldn't have been
Yeah.
friends. So it's like, no, I genuinely, it's like, if I sit and take a deep breath and like talk over all the insecurities and all the BS that's going through my head,
Yeah.
I have a great life.
I know, right? It's like the other thing that's really exciting. Have you ever been fired before this?
Yeah, I've been fired.
Do you ever
That's-
get like excited after you get fired because then you feel like free and you have more opportunities?
Yeah.
There's
At
a little
first,
bit
I
of
was
that,
like
right?
anxious over the situation that had happened
Yeah.
and how I left,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty upset about that. But honestly, like, when I was talking to my manager who literally called and checked on me, I was like, financial wise, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I hustle.
Totally. Yeah.
I can do it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I can do it. But yeah.
We're not worried about you.
Yeah.
Nobody's worried about you.
Yeah.
Why is beauty valuable?
Beauty within is more important than beauty on the outside.
Oh,
We
okay.
are, as Americans and just in general outside global, but it started with America first, is vanity is just very important. It's all important about what we look like. And it is true. It's just even scientific studies of like just the way you look is how people perceive you. You know what I mean?
Like, have you heard that one where people trust people who are better looking?
Yeah. And I'm going to be real, like, I feel like I've gone away with things because of my
totally.
smile.
Yeah.
I have the dimples and
yeah.
I have charisma and I got it from my dad, may he rest in peace. But my brothers and I, we all agree, we're like, dude, like, I remember when we were sitting around the graveyard, this is when we buried our father, and it was like me and my brothers and my sister, it was just us. And we were just talking about like, what are the gifts he's given us, right?
That's nice.
And we're like, he's given us just work ethic. He didn't give us money, but
No.
no, but he gave us like no work ethic, but he gave us charisma.
Yeah.
He taught us how to light up a room because my dad, when he walked in, he had that energy. He was very kind, very generous, very sweet, but he was just like he had this gift of making you feel like you're his best friend.
Oh wow.
And that's something that he
Yeah.
given me and like I was like I think that's why like even the way uh like I feel like all the people and I'm sure you've thought about this like all the people you have wronged in your life if they look back and they think about you are they like maybe one or two are like fuck this person I hate him I hope they die but I'm sure they're like they do have some good qualities but they're a good person at heart but they made some bad things.
Yeah, I like weirdly, I was telling, I think Rosie this, but like I weirdly have a lot of exes who are like cheerleaders of mine. Even exes that I have definitely wronged and had to like apologize to, but they like still like want so much good for me. And I'm like, that's so weird to me.
Yeah, but it's also part of how people are. It's like unless you're, I was gonna say a politician I don't like, but unless you're like inherently evil, like honestly, all the politicians right now, unless you're like down core inherently evil, most people are usually just nice and kind. Like I know you're not gonna watch this, so I could spoil Mr. Beast games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but a lot of it is just like it was a lot of just throwing money. But it was like there was so many options of like a person has a choice to take all this money or fuck over 20 people for a chance to win some money.
Yep.
And the guy would be like so like people like it was 4 people. It got up to almost $1 million, and they were just like, no,
Really?
I want because all these people chose this person as their group leader to and be like I'm not gonna fuck them over.
So opposite of Squid Game.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
But it was like it is just shows like people are inherently good. Like
No,
people
I think
inherently
so.
want to help
Yeah.
unless I don't know. I have such a disdain for most politicians because it's like there's a certain ego fucked upness like you're like I'm gonna be the leader of the world. I could lead you people and make everyone happy. It's like no, like you want to be a leader so you could benefit yourself. Like yeah.
There's so much there.
I can keep
know.
going. I don't want to get into politics, but yeah.
No, okay. You get another God question.
Okay.
What do you think doing God's will means?
That's a good question. God's will, like doing God's will. Honestly,
You know, they say like da da da, so I can do God's will. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like a prayer I'm thinking of that I can't place.
It really is being present. That's the best way.
That sounds so simple.
It's like a lot of it's just being present and getting out of your own head, and devoting your life to that will please God, like it's just doing the right thing. And but I'd say just being present, doing God's will, like taking 15 minutes of your day to take a deep breath, say a prayer, being grateful for what God has given you, all that stuff.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. Do you think people like you?
Hey Amy, do you like me? No, but I'd say yes.
Yeah.
I'd say this. I'd say most people's impressions, like I mentioned earlier, is like they don't hate me. It's more like if they really know me.
Yeah.
If it's like person on social media that only sees me on the image, yeah. But it's more like they don't hate me. It's more oh, I like him, but these are qualities I don't like, but
they list it out. For you.
Yeah, I mean, or honestly, maybe they're just not even thinking about me. It's more like, oh, I like him. Like, it's. I think people like me.
I think people like you too.
Yeah.
What is something that always brings you joy?
Getting on stage.
Yeah.
Performing, watching live art, doing stuff like this. Like, it brings me joy.
Yeah. For sure. I love it. How do you think this interview is going?
Yeah, great.
Easy.
Amazing.
Oh, love it. Oh, well, okay, this is easy for you. What is the best religion?
I mean, I'd have to go with. I
If you
think
didn't
no,
go
no. I
with-
think religion. I think like even if you're Christian, because I do have high admirations for Christians, like for devout Christians. I truly believe religion take away people. Just
Yeah,
religion.
Get rid of the fucking
Yeah.
people.
No, but like for real, like it's like when Trump is holding the Bible, he's not representing Christianity. Like, but it's also like
No.
religion inherently is teaching you good. It
Yeah.
really teaches you good. But like people take religion
Weaponize it.
or radicalize it,
Mhm.
and then they harm others, and then now you have to sit here and defend your own religion, but like there is no like I truly believe, and as a Muslim, like I think more devout Muslims like we're the best religion and the true religion. And it's
Yeah.
like no, like all religion, it's like if you are a good person because like this is what your God or your beliefs tell you, then yeah, go get it.
Yeah.
Go for it. You know?
Growing up, like, I grew up with a certain brand of Christianity that was really intense and problematic. It's very different than the Christianity I practice now. But it was like being a good person, like, that's essentially bullshit. Like, yeah, sure. But, like, that's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane of like you see it on social media. I need to get rid of social media, but I can't because it's literally my job. But it really is, most religions to core values teaches you good. It really is. But I don't think there is no best religion.
No, I know, it's a ridiculous question. Who the fuck would ask that question?
No. It's a good question.
Oh,
still.
I'm so curious to know this about you. What is your love language? And I'm going to list all of them in case you don't know, or for the audience, or just to have it. Acts of service, quality time, gift giving, physical touch, or words of affirmation.
That I like receiving.
I know. So it can go either way or both. So
can I give you from top to bottom?
Sure.
Okay.
It's your interview.
Top is words of affirmation.
And that's what you want to receive or what you want to give?
What receive?
Yeah.
Receive. I need words of affirmation and physical touch.
Yeah.
Those are like I know I could too. Next is not acts of service. What was the other one?
There's quality time.
Quality time. Quality. No. Let me put. I want to put words of affirmation and quality time, and then physical touch.
Okay.
But like I feel like physical touch and quality time because it's like usually be like I think you're awesome.
They don't always go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm a very touchy.
Yeah.
Like that's how my dad was like hugs and affection. You know, acts of service because I could use that more asking for help, but acts of service and gift receiving, like I can more like I'll do it myself.
And then what's the way that you show love the most?
I show love with quality time for sure.
Like I'm showing up.
I show up. Yeah. I show up. I'm there. Like if my friend has a show and they're trying to sell tickets, I'm sitting up front and I'm showing up. I love showing up to my friends' events that they're like really caring about.
Yeah.
You know, I
that's cool.
I like to be there. Quality time. I'm not the best gift giver, but I mean sometimes I'm not. I don't. It's not like my first thing, but quality time and words of affirmation. Physical touch is there too. But I'm getting better at the whole like. I do like just touch shoulder. I think it's because Middle Easterns we're just so affectionate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm so cautious with physical touch.
Yeah,
now,
I get
especially with working with children or like.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. We don't have enough time to get into it, but I'm very like.
Yeah, I feel you with the physical touch thing. Yeah. I agree. Like I'm very like with children, I if they're a teenage boy, I like touch their shoulder, I pat them on the back, like come on, bro, like a big brother thing. Yeah. But nothing like no hugs, nothing. Yeah,
for sure. Okay, we made it to our final question.
Okay.
And I asked this to all of my guests, no matter how the cards get shuffled. In our last 3 minutes, basically exactly. If this is the only surviving audio clip of you left in existence, what do you want people to know?
These are great questions.
Oh, I'm so glad you think so.
I'm not a bad person. No, I'm just kidding.
You're really afraid people think you're a bad
No.
person? No.
I don't think so. No, it's just because I've had like this previous fuck up and then the fuck up that I had
So
that
you're
caused
feeling some
me.
type of way.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's why. But the fuck up that I did that led me into group therapy in the
Mm-hmm.
first place, and the fuck up I did this
Yeah.
recent, it's not as like, again, it's not as detrimental like in grand scheme of
You're
things.
finding out how human you are.
I fucking love you. This is why I love you, Amy. Yeah, it's like I would say, and that's how I learned with my dad's death too, where it's like,
Yeah.
at first I thought he was this awesome person as a young kid,
Yeah.
and then I started learning about his flaws, and that built some resentment. And then like later on, I'm like, as a grown adult that
Yeah.
also makes mistakes and tries his best, I'm like, I'm a human. I'm just a human being. I lived. If this is the last audio, I lived a good life. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to live a good life. I I want to just make the people around me happy
Yeah.
and know that they're appreciated and I love them. And it's for the people in my past. Um, you know, like life just happens. We separate. One of my favorite quotes. Have you seen that Tyler Perry from Medea? But he won this award, and he's like, and if I could leave you with anything, I'd leave you with this. There are some people in your life that are not going where you're going. Like when a rocket ship
Oh,
shoots, it
yeah.
leaves like things goes that falls off in different parts of the
Right.
stratosphere
So it
because they're
can
not
take it
going
off.
so
Yeah.
it could take off. They're not going where you're supposed to go.
Wow.
And I love
Yeah.
that so much. And it's not like it doesn't. I know that metaphor can be taken out of context in a sense where like, oh, does that mean you're going up and I'm going down? That doesn't mean that. It just
Right.
means life. It's just like I'm. I try my best to like make the beautiful memories I have with all the people around me, and then I just move on and I keep making great memories with other people.
Mm.
That's been my main goal, where it's like, let's be positive, let's be happy. And to the friends in my life who, like you and others, who let me call them and let me bitch about my problems in life, they're here to
Mhm.
listen to me, and that's what it's all about. And I'm very grateful for all the awesome things that I've had. Yeah. And I'm gonna be a famous comedian. I'm forget about all of you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hope half of that is true.
No, no, no.
Which half?
Yeah, right.
No, for sure. I definitely see that for you in like the last few seconds. I think you know this, but like you are so like on your way.
Thank you.
And I think this is like another cool piece to have of like just you and your journey. And, I hope this podcast becomes more well known.
Yeah.
And then like we get to have like this moment together.
And I could
in
just
the
come
future
back.
And like, yeah, look back at this.
In your own studio.
Yeah. Oh my God, please.
Yeah.
I mean, this living room is going away and shortly we're moving out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
love you, Amy.
I love you. Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.